Refugees face multiple challenges from obviously the biggest one, fleeing war and conflict in the countries where they come from, but also access to healthcare, food, accommodation, and education. Within education itself, there are multiple barriers that refugees face, and language is just one of them, but it is a key barrier.
I am a refugee in Imbepi refugee settlement. There is a war in South Sudan that made us to come to Uganda, because if you didn't run, most of you will lose your lives.
1.5 million refugees are hosted in Uganda, making it one of the largest refugee hosting countries globally. Now, when so many people are taken into a new area, there is always a communication barrier.
How do we call this in your language?
Bongo.
Bongo.
They speak different languages. Some of them come from a background where English is not the language of instruction at school.
Because in South Sudan, most of the schools, teachers, they taught in Arabic. You cannot learn English in South Sudan.
Can we say a piece of cloth?
A piece of cloth.
So that is why the British Council came up with the initiative to tackle that problem. The Language for Resilience program focuses on the role that language plays in helping migrant communities as well as the host communities to communicate and to be able to tackle problems together. So the British Council's work focuses on addressing these language needs both within the classroom but also within the non-formal education settings. Within the classrooms, what we do is we work with teachers. We train teachers to use multilingual approaches, to be accommodating of other languages, to be able to adopt strategies that allows them to carry along learners whose levels of English are very low. By teachers adopting these multilingual approaches, they're able to more effectively deliver teaching within the classroom.
We cannot use only English as the medium of instruction, but we use the familiar language to impart knowledge onto our learners so that learners can learn better.
My learners, they like telling me answers in their local language, so I used to discourage them. But from the training, I've learned that learners, they can understand better when they are taught using their own language. We are also able to handle the problem of language by using teaching assistants.
Other than the training, we've also created handbooks for them which they're able to refer to on an everyday basis when they're delivering teaching within the classroom.
The teachers were so much into chalk and talk. By the training, they are becoming more creative. They are realizing that they can use the environment around themselves to create resources to make learning more realistic.
This language for resilience helped me to use scaffolding when teaching. Learners in the class who knows the familiar language helps me to explain some things for the others who are not understanding the English. I'm able to learn local language from them also.
We had the training of language support strategy. We were given the skills how to use a familiar language for the learners to understand concepts that are delivered in class.
It is called a two-parter, and also in English it is called a bottle.
Thank you so much.
As we have been integrating the use of both local language and the language of instruction, which is English, both me as the teacher and the learner have improved in language proficiency. Bit of Arabic, bit of Kakwa, bit of Lobara, and when we put all these languages together, it creates equality in learners.
I can understand the things because they use two languages, English and Arabic. When they ask the learners with a hard word in English, which we don't know, they'll just translate in Arabic. That will give us to understand easily.
Iranva. Stone.
I can understand when they are teaching using two languages.
they speak in English, I translate in Kakwa. So that also have made me to learn skills of translating from those who know English to those who know Arabic or Kakwa.
What we have done so far is we have been able to increase the number of teachers that now have access to multilingual resources. So we created handbooks for school leaders as well as for teachers.
Language for resilience is able to build my capacity as a school manager. So I'm able to carry out effective supervision in classes, and I'm able to also support the teachers when I'm carrying out the supervision. Language for resilience also support other stakeholders of the school. So they in turn help to support the parents at home, whereby the learners from home, they are able to also have to interact with the parents in the familiar language.
Understood, okay?
The English that is learned here by children is taken back at home, and parents learn from their children. This makes it much easier for parents to check the exercise books of the children, support the children in learning.
When I finish learning in the school, in home, also I can help my mother to translate some of the words in English to Arabic.
Naponda Sudan yake ngala alifin sabatasar. Togoles naponda ni tekine kendana nazikine kendana skarangana kodoku tedino English na giri togoles bai nazikine kwa tedino giri tedino ku English mana to de deni English na tikina ra jadu kuna pata kuna ku de English na do de deni English na.
As a key stakeholder in education, I got involved in monitoring and also participating in the trainings and doing follow-ups in the schools to ensure that whatever activities were taking place in the right path. There are key impacts that Language for Resilience has had. One is the sense of identity of the learners, peaceful coexistence among the different ethnic groups and among the host community members. But also there's gender inclusion that was addressed in these schools.
The Language for Resilience has helped us to mitigate language barrier. 2, it has improved the retention in school. It has also brought in the employment factor. For example, teaching assistants. They come in because they have to bridge that gap.
The teachers who did not know actually how to handle learners of a multilingual nature have picked up the methods of handling them. Yeah, obviously the learners are benefiting. Yeah, they are going to excel in their studies.